Welcome to Landria Onkka. Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube. Here to help you break through fears and live an awesome life. I've said that over 3,000 times. You'd think I would get it right. I don't know why, but I can't stop laughing today. I think everything's funny, and I want to just talk about a few things. First of all, I want to talk about why we're here. We are here believing that, do I have cinnamon on my lip? We are here believing that things shouldn't be the way they are. That all of the stuff that happens here is not supposed to be happening. We battle it. We're unhappy because of it. We don't accept death. We don't accept illness. We don't accept anything that the ego doesn't want. When we lose jobs, we say it's bad. When there is any kind of, let's just say, disturbance on the planet, earthquakes, whatever, we battle it. We battle everything, and we complain about it. Then we have forums and talk shows and all this stuff about how bad the world is, and we are pelted with this constantly. We are pelted with the programming that says nothing should go wrong. And that is a word in our vocabulary. Failure, bad, wrong, shouldn't be happening, victim. And these are all false stories. This is the most difficult thing for human beings to figure out. Coffee break. Because we've been told that none of it should be happening. We've been told this. You always have to make it right, make it right, make it right. No one sits down and says, okay, why is this happening? I'll give you an example. So I don't get sick. But occasionally something will show up and I'll get like a little bit of it, and then, so because I don't get sick, I don't recognize it when it happens, and I don't know what it is. I know this is going to sound weird. So I just moved into this amazing place in the most amazing town, and I just couldn't be happier. I shifted my energy and I went with what my gut told me to do, and these were not my original plans, but the cosmos told me that I was supposed to be in a certain place, in a certain area, and I went with it. So I, being the overachiever that I am, nonstop was not only launching my e-course, LandriaOnkka.com. You can go into description, Landria's Inspiration, free inspiration. You can sign up and it'll tell you about the course. It took me almost a year to create that course. So I'm trying to launch the course while I'm moving. And in addition to that, doing some other things with my internet business, my internet training business. I literally ran myself physically and into the ground. I mean, I actually, one night I realized that I probably was pushing the smart physical limits of my body. And I realized that I probably should back off a little bit, because I was absolutely not taking care of myself the way I should. But I didn't feel like there was too much of a choice in that, because I wanted to get some things done. I made that choice to do that. So just this past week, I wasn't feeling right, and I thought something was wrong with me, and I was like, what's this? How is this happening, right? And then I realized there was nothing wrong with me. I had probably run myself down so bad that, because I was barely sleeping at all, that I had a little bug, like a little virus or something. But it wasn't blatant, like I'd go, oh, I have the flu, because I never get it full blown. It just sort of comes, mine's always like just a little bit of it and it'll go, if it shows up at all, anything like that. And so my stomach didn't feel right. I'm like, that never happens, and I had a slight headache. I'm like, what is this, And then I realized, oh, oops, I have some kind of a virus, because I have been out, leasing trucks and all these things, you know, with other people and germs all over the place, which I'm usually not exposed to, and I run myself down. So we are still physical beings. So what happened then is that message for me was, you need to take care of yourself. You're still a human being. So no matter how high your frequency is, you can battle off this stuff. I remember Eckhart Tolle having a cold on video, and you could tell he was stuffed up and not feeling well. And he said, I'm human. And he said, you know, they've been traveling nonstop, and he ran himself into the ground. You know, Edgar Cayce was warned that if he continued to give readings as often as he did, it would deplete him. And he didn't heed the warning, and he actually died at a fairly young age. So you are still a human being. I want you to remember that. And everything that we experience here is a message. All of it's a message. There is no good nor bad, right? No good nor bad. Everything is a message to you. Heed the message. What is it? Now, if you watch one of my videos, I stepped on glass. That was stupid, by the way. Why I had my shoes off, I don't know. There was a shard of glass in my foot the entire time I was moving. And it was getting shoved up. And I went into an outpatient, and they told me I had to go to a specialist to pull it out. Come on, really? So 2 weeks later, this thing didn't come out on its own like they told me it probably would. And I was in agony. And every night my foot swelled up, and I had to soak it. And I had to get up the next morning and keep going. Get everything moved, work on everything, running up and down stairs. You know what? I had to work with what I had. I had to work with it. The day I got everything in here, I was able to pull that out. I dug in there, and which I had tried many, many times, and it finally came out. I'm not really exactly sure what that message was, but I know now that everything's right, that everything is in place, and that whatever that was, that message, I worked through it, all right? Neither good nor bad. It was unpleasant. It hurt like hell. Then I get this virus, you know, this hint of one. I felt like crap for days until I figured out, oh, hello, you've got something. Slow down. I don't know how to do that. So I want you to understand that all these things that constantly happen, we say it's bad, oh, you're sick, I'm sorry. It's like, what's the message in it? People tell me they have, you know, knee, hip, foot pain. You're going in the wrong direction. Everything's a message. Your shoulders, your back hurt. Your back, your spine is the foundation of everything, and it is out of whack. If you have serious back problems, something's seriously out of whack in the foundation of your life. Search it out. All right? So your shoulders, carrying the weight of the world on you. You're in a heaviness. I remember I used to have that, you know, shoulder pain. Chest pain. You're not going with your heart. You're not opening up. You're not listening. You know, your heart is so important. And that's where your energy field is emanating and getting information. And if that's blocked, and you're not going with what you should be doing, your passion, then you need to watch these things. Everything's a message. You lose a job. It's not your job. You're not supposed to be there. A relationship isn't going well. Don't hang on to it. Let it go. All right, somebody was moving from a big house to a small one. Why am I having a problem letting go of this? And this is a good move for me to go. I heard this conversation in the head, the ego trying to convince herself that it was okay to go to this small house. And the ego somehow felt that was a downgrade. I could hear it, and I was waiting for her to say it. I feel like I'm downgrading because I'm supposed to be in a big house, and that's prestigious. Stories. I said, you know what? I went from an 8,200 square foot home into well, this one's like over 3,000. Simplified life. Simplified, beautiful, love it, best thing. We tell ourselves these stories that something's bad, But you know what? If you go into a space where the energy is so amazing, which my homes, the last homes I've been choosing, the energy has been amazing. Every time I pick one, I go with the energy of the space, where it's located, the space itself. It's not about whether it's an 8,000 square foot or 3,000 square foot or even 1,000 square feet, right? How do you feel there? Is your life simplified? This is not for the world to decide for you. Everything's a message for you personally. If you get ill, that's a personal message. Don't let the world tell you you shouldn't be experiencing certain things. I hear you guys all the time. You don't want others to suffer because you're such beautiful, compassionate people. But there are experiences in that, and we're naming it bad. Yes, nobody wants to be sick. But what is coming from that? That might be a spiritual awakening for that person to say, I'm holding stuff in, and if I don't release this, I could die from this. Because I'm pulling in negativity. And it's there. Sometimes we don't explore that till we get really sick and we go, boy, I better get my act together. And all of a sudden, all that stuff doesn't matter anymore. And people go into awakened states because they're realizing, I'm going to die if I don't get this together. And the illness subsides. Why? Because they released whatever it was they were holding on that they thought was important and that they felt was bad on this planet. They're internalizing all this stuff. So these messages are constantly saying, you're not resonating with that person you're married to anymore. Do you want to go resolve it? Talk to them. And you may have to just walk out. Why is that good or bad? Somebody got mad at me. You think that marriage and divorce, it doesn't matter? And I said, show me the video that I've ever said that. Don't make up stuff. That was something going on in her head because she didn't like her situation, and I knew that. She didn't like the situation. So why was she bothering to contact me? She wanted to hear something different. She wanted me to tell her it was going to be okay. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. There's somebody beautiful waiting for you. And when you fight to be with somebody who doesn't love you, or even if you made the mistake and you regret having to do that, that's where you were resonating at that time. And so it happened. Forgive yourself. All right? Forgive yourself. There will be another situation. There will be another opportunity. And when you hang on, you put your energy into that situation or whatever happened, and you don't let it go, you block yourself from the beautiful probabilities that are saying, that's supposed to go because we have something beautiful for you out here. All these things await you. Can you embrace them? And most people are saying, no, I want this to be different. I want them to be well, and this is bad, and our divorce is bad, and all this. It's because you're naming it bad. There's no bad nor good. They're experiences. And some of them are very painful, but you don't have to struggle. Struggle's when we battle them. All right, so everything's a message. So I remember being in an amazing marriage until it wasn't. We were not resonating in the same frequency, and the absolute best thing that ever happened to me really was to not be in that relationship anymore. I became a completely different person who I was supposed to be because I was putting so much energy into that other person that I wasn't allowing myself to go and explore the things I needed to, and I was so happy. I threw a party. I had a champagne party. I still had boxes in my condo. I had a champagne party. My friend said, is she okay? And my girlfriend said, yeah, she's more than okay. She really is happy. There was a huge release. And I accepted it. And there are things, there's emotional human things that you go through. There's always going to be some experiences that, of releasing and letting go of stuff, like, especially with death. Now, if you guys don't know this, right after my divorce, my mother died, then my doggy died, then my cousin died, my dad died, and my brother died, and it went boom, 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 boom. And in fact, I was saying to my niece and nephew, we were like, oh, dear Lord, who's next? This just keeps going. So people are like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, what, did you think nobody was... Do you think your animals aren't going to die? Do you think you're not going to die? But we name it bad. How can that be bad? Everybody dies. Everything dissolves at some point. It just transitions into something else. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. Now you're going to feel the human feelings with that. That's what we're here to experience. Those emotions of being human. Not naming it good or bad. Now I did a video called Shift into Neutral. Don't go into the, this is bad, or okay, I'm going to celebrate their death, but I'm not really feeling it. Go switch into neutral. Say, they died. They're gone. I'm sad. Don't do anything with it. Switch into neutral. What's the message? What's the message? Everything's an experience here on this planet for you to move through, to experience, to decide what you do with that. Am I going to name this bad, or am I going to experience the fact that I had this person in my life, I love them, I know they're not gone, but as a human I miss them because they're not going to be in my experience here until I transition, but I know I'll see them again. Somebody who lost her sister, my gosh, you're getting all kinds of signs. She's letting you know, stop it, knock it off. I'm here. In fact, they're like an amazing space, and we're down here going, I have to bring Hacker T out, the ego. He's up in my office. He's going to start making appearances in 2019. But you know what? Hacker T's taking a back seat. The ego's taking a back seat more in 2019. So, everything is a message. When you get sick, not good nor bad, something great happens. Neither good nor bad. It is an amazing experience that feels fabulous. Go ahead and enjoy that, experience it. And then, things happen down the road. Divorces, you're losing jobs. That's not where you're supposed to be. Can you release it? Neither good nor bad. What's the message here? I'm not resonating there anymore. There's something else for me. Oh, amazing. You're letting go of your big house? Yay, there's something else for me. Trust me, let the house go. Oh God, the maintenance. Oh, who needs that? You know what? I have an amazing space. I mean, seriously, amazing space. And I look at this and I'm like, why are we so afraid of this change and transitioning and the messages? There's a beautiful space waiting for you, and you can be very happy there. Make sure that you go with your heart, and then you go in and it feels, boy, when I saw this place, I went, I couldn't write the check fast enough. I'm taking it. Here, boom. So when you start to connect to your first energy field, that's the perfect higher self. You're in the second one right now. That has come into the second energy field. That's a denser existence of being human. And the third one is the ego. That's a lower frequency. So the second frequency is you forgetting that you're that, but that still exists. It's still always working. Your higher self is always in operation. You never lose it. And so you're in the second field. What's the second field? The experience of being human. Messages all the time. Ooh, what can I gain from this? What can I learn from this? All right, forgiveness, letting go, forgiving myself, understanding that this is just an experience. We hang on to all this stuff, and everything that goes on our head is all of these things we make up, and we're not getting the messages. Live life, flow, go. Something's in the room. I knew this was an amazing place. Go, experience, do amazing things. Let it go. Yes, what's next? Okay, ooh, owie. A week of me with the virus. Okay, sit your butt down on the couch, with my computer, of course, and watch Star Wars. I watched Star Wars. It was great. And Robbie T must have watched it too, because we were talking about Obi-Wan Kenobi and the Force and all this great stuff. And it was so cool. And I had fun and relaxed for a while. It took care of my body. All right? So everything's a message. The messages. You're not resonating with that person anymore. Can you release them? Can you bless them? Not, they're this and they're doing this. You married them. Oh, they were okay when you got married and now it's not working out for you. Don't criticize that person. You resonated with them. And if you found out later on stuff that you weren't prepared for, then get out. And this is where my friend gets mad. Oh, you don't value it. No, I value you and your messages and your journey. And if going back to that person, if they're kind and respectful, going back to that person and sitting down and saying, I need to talk to you. I made a mistake. I want to apologize. I love you and I want this to work. Are you willing to work with me? And if the answer is no, say, thank you. Thank you for listening to me. And you know, I wish you nothing but light and love. I wish you blessings because I do love you and I want you to be happy. And ouch, it might be with somebody else. Be okay with that because guess what? When you do that, the universe goes, oh, you did the ultimate thing. Oh, guess what? Now, that person that's on your level of light and love and blessings will appear in your life. Not the one where I need to have this person love me, love me. Oh God, if you want to turn somebody off, oh, how do I manifest them? You're scaring the crap out of all of us, all right? You sound like a psychopath. Great. Stop it. Let it go. What about that person did you love? Now you can imagine that and start acting like that and stop acting like the cray-cray person that needs, love me. That's the ego completely trying to control the situation. That's not love. You're not loving that person. If you love that person, you'd say, you know what? I want the best for them. This is not what I desire because I love them, but why aren't I resonating with them? Right? Maybe, you know, your frequencies aren't matching. Accept that and ask yourself, why not? Do you need to change some things? Do you need to stop being so needy? Be more confident. Take care of yourself. Be the person that they want to be around. You might actually get them back, but don't do it for that because they know that too. That's manipulative. Do it because you want to be the better person and maybe somebody else will show up and you'll go, wow. This like blows away any relationship I've ever had. And that's the release of not naming anything good nor bad, trying to manipulate it and saying, I accept where I'm being taken right now. It's okay. I know something beautiful awaits me. I know it does. You're manifesting everything in your life. Nothing outside of you is doing that. You're doing it. What are your messages? Neither good nor bad. This is just the universe and my energy of which I'm creating, telling me what needs to be corrected, or what's going to change, or what I need to do now to experience something that I'm going to be a better person for. And everything's part of your evolution, all of it. You are whole and perfect. You are whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. You are all of these things and more. You are loved unconditionally beyond your imagination. And if you don't agree with me, that's okay. Create your own reality. I'm creating mine. I'm only giving you thoughts and ideas, tools. And if you like them, use them. If not, you know that you have the power to create whatever you want, but you cannot infringe on other people's free will. And when you do that, you create a battle and conflict, and eventually you'll let it go and find out that there's always something beautiful waiting for you. Always, always know this. Know this. It is true. Namaste.